Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to add a bass line. I have a piano going. Let's quickly put a chord progression down. Let's start with E minor. That can be our 1. We can go to the major 7, which is the D major. Maybe the minor 4, and then the minor 5. Now the 3 types of basses we're going to look at are 808s, synth basses, and live basses. And all of these have a distinct sound to them. So the 808, it's punchy, it's distorted, it has this low rumble. Now the synth bass is really smooth and electronic and sustained. It sounds really good when you're gliding in between pitches like this. And the last one is live bass. So kind of self-explanatory, really live, really organic sounding. Now getting a clean bass line is really easy because there's only 2 rules to follow. The first rule is to play the root note, and the second rule is to either follow the kick drum or the chord progression. Let's go over to our synth bass, and following the root note is so easy, especially if you already know the chord progressions. In our chord progression, we have E minor, then D major, then A minor, then B minor. So we're just going to play the root, which is the first note in those chords, and we're just going to click them in like that. And I want to make the pitches a bit longer so that they overlap each other, and then we should get this smooth gliding sound. So let's quickly put some drums. I'm going to have the hi-hat doing 8 notes. We're going to have the drums hitting the 2 and 4. Let's get the kick drum going. So instead of a synth bass, let's do an 808. We already know what notes to play, so all I have to do is just make sure it follows the kick drum, and I'm just going to use my ear and listen to when that kick drum plays. So right there, I'm going to make a cut. There's a kick drum there. I'm going to delete that. And 2 over there. You can hear that the 808's a little bit too muddy, so I'm going to move it up an octave. So when we overlap the kick and the 808, we're kind of making it feel like one instrument. And now we're getting the best of both worlds. We're getting that punch from the kick drum and the tail of the 808. So now listen to the difference. Here it is without the kick drum. And now I'm going to add the kick drum. You're going to hear a difference. Really punchy, really hard hitting. For the bass guitar, it's a little bit different because when you hear it sustained, it's a completely different color than the 808 or the synth bass. So I like it when bass guitars are a lot shorter and more rhythmic. So we can do little 8 notes like that. And we want that realistic sound, so I'm going to just change up a couple velocities to give it a bit more variation. Let's do one more chord progression. Let's do something a bit slower. Let's start with A minor, maybe the major 6, maybe the major 7. So in the key of A minor, we're going minor 1, major 6, major 7. Let's quickly add some drums. So we're going to just do the exact same thing, so you just get really used to it. So I'm going to just have the synth bass play the root notes like that. That's our synth bass. By the way, if the bass line isn't following the kick drum, make sure it follows the chord progression. So anytime it changes, it's when the chord changes. That's really easy. Let's go on to our 808. Let's listen for the kick drum hits. And that's our 808 line. Let's do the bass guitar really quickly. You want nice, short, rhythmic lines. And bring it down and up. Bring it down. Something like that. And once again, creating a little bit of variation. Really wanted to hit strong on the hard beats, but on the weaker beats, I can let it back a little bit. And it's really cool that we have multiple bass lines, because now we can do something like the synth bass and the piano just play by itself. And then later on, we can just have it with the 808 and the drums come in. We can bring everything together like that. Really easy stuff, guys. Just play the root note and either follow the kick drum or your chord progression. When you listen to music now, I want you to keep note of what kind of bass sound is playing, because you're going to realize that 808s don't move the same as a live bass or a synth bass. We're going to get really deep into those styles later. Right now, I just wanted to show you how to make a really clean bass line, because the majority of the time you're going to be doing that anyway.